Welcome to RV News, your trusted source for breaking updates, real-time developments, and critical insights surrounding the global currency revaluation. If you're an investor, a holder of the Iraqi Dinar, or Vietnamese Dong, or simply someone closely monitoring the global financial reset, today's news is going to send shockwaves through your strategy. The long-awaited moment that many in the currency community have been preparing for appears to be unfolding in an unprecedented move. Chase Bank has reportedly confirmed that the Iraqi dinar is now valued at $7.90, while the Vietnamese Dong is sitting at a staggering $5.78. Even more shocking, exchange windows are officially open nationwide. That's right, from coast to coast. Individuals are being allowed to walk into Chase branches and exchange their IQD and VND at these explosive new rates. This confirmation marks what many insiders have long speculated as the true beginning of the revaluation, or RV process. The Iraqi dinar and the Vietnamese dong have always been central to revaluation theories due to their historical values, natural resources, and suppressed currencies. And now, after years of speculation, false alarms, and anticipation, we are seeing what appears to be the actualization of these long-discussed currency resets. Sources within Chase Bank are reportedly receiving internal memos and directives from upper management to begin honoring these new rates. The memo states the rates are live and available for qualified holders with verified notes, meaning those who possess authentic government-issued IQD and VND are now eligible for exchange at these staggering values. What does this mean for investors across the United States? First and foremost, this is not a drill. If you're holding Iraqi dinar or Vietnamese dong, it is time to get your affairs in order. The exchange opportunity is now more than a theoretical possibility, is operational. Reports are flooding in from cities like Atlanta, Dallas, Miami, Los Angeles, and even smaller branches in towns across the Midwest, confirming that individuals have successfully exchanged currency at these rates. In some cases, redemptions are being handled via private appointments in designated rooms or redemption suites, and in others, exchanges are being processed directly at teller counters under strict security and verification protocols. Let's take a closer look at the numbers. A dinar rate of $7.90 means that even modest holders of 1 million IQD would now be looking at $7.9 million USD in exchange value. The Vietnamese dong, at $5.78, offers similarly extraordinary potential. A person holding 5 million VND, which at one point could be purchased for a few $100s, would now be exchanging for 28.9 million United States dollars. The implications of this are beyond monumental. Families who have been struggling are now seeing generational wealth opportunities emerge right before their eyes. Debt elimination, homeownership, education funding, business creation, every major life goal becomes possible with this level of capital infusion. But let's pause for a moment and examine why this is happening now. According to our confidential sources, multiple global events have converged to make this RV window possible. First, the Iraqi Central Bank has reportedly completed its final compliance benchmarks with international financial institutions. This includes the full implementation of new anti-money laundering protocols, digitized financial systems, and compliance with the SWIFT global transfer system. Iraq's foreign reserves have surged past $100 billion, and oil exports are stabilizing above 4 million barrels per day. This economic stability, coupled with international diplomatic recognition and regional trade partnerships, has paved the way for a reinstatement of the dinar's former glory. For Vietnam, the story is equally compelling. After a decade of economic expansion, infrastructure growth, and global manufacturing dominance, Vietnam is no longer considered an underdeveloped nation. It's becoming a serious global player, especially as countries seek to diversify their manufacturing base away from China. The dong has long been undervalued, and financial reforms over the last 3 years have led to full compliance with IMF monetary policy benchmarks. Major international banks, including those in Europe and Asia, have now begun accepting dong as a globally tradable currency, a major signal of its new valuation. Now, why Chase Bank, and why now? Chase, as a premier banking institution with deep ties to both U.S. federal structures and international markets, is often the first to implement groundbreaking financial protocols. Insiders have revealed that this RV rollout is not an isolated move by Chase. Other Tier 1 banks, including Wells Fargo, Bank of America, and Citibank, are reportedly on standby, ready to go live once final clearance is given. However, Chase is currently leading the charge due to its infrastructure readiness, global currency desks, and integration with the QFS, the quantum financial system, which has quietly gone active behind the scenes in recent months. QFS is believed to be the next-generation financial framework that ensures all currency transfers are tracked, transparent, and secure using blockchain-level encryption. This means that your Dinar or Dong exchange is not only being verified for authenticity, but is being processed under this ultra-secure financial system to ensure legitimacy and prevent fraud. One report suggests that the RV's green light was contingent on the full integration of QFS, and now that system is operational, we are seeing the initial waves of global currency adjustment. Let's talk logistics. If you're a Dinar or Dong holder, what should you do now? First, gather your currency and ensure it is secured in a protective, damage-free manner. Chase is requiring all notes be authenticated, and that includes verification of serial numbers, holograms, and anti-counterfeit markings. Second, call ahead to your local Chase branch. Some branches are offering in-person exchanges, while others may require scheduling appointments due to high demand and security concerns. A number of regions have set up dedicated exchange teams with armored transport, secure holding areas, and even NDA documentation for high-value exchanges. Security is paramount. Be cautious. Reports indicate that in some regions, private security contractors are being used to protect both bank staff and exchangers. Large transactions are being flagged for immediate tax and compliance documentation. And in some cases, exchangers are being provided with wealth management consultations immediately following the exchange. This is to ensure people aren't just cashing out, but are also receiving financial guidance to properly manage these life-altering funds. On the topic of taxation, be aware, early indicators suggest that these exchanges may be subject to capital gains taxes. Though there is ongoing debate within financial law circles regarding whether the revaluation should be taxed as income or currency appreciation, the IRS has not yet made a formal statement on RV-specific exchanges, but a growing number of tax professionals are advising clients to prepare for at least a 15% to 25% bracket on gains. It is strongly recommended you retain a tax attorney or CPA immediately following your exchange to prepare for any obligations. So what's next? Based on RV News analysis, this Chase Bank confirmation is just the first domino in a series of cascading events. We expect other major banks to follow suit within days. Already, there are rumblings that Wells Fargo will be opening its exchange desks by Friday, and that Citibank is watching developments closely and ready to activate. Internationally, there are also reports of Dubai, Zurich, and Singapore exchange centers confirming similar rates, which would indicate this is indeed a global coordinated revaluation, not an isolated event. That as we continue to monitor this breaking news, our advice remains consistent. Stay grounded, stay informed, and take action only when you've confirmed all the facts. There is still much we don't know. For instance, how long this exchange window will remain open. Some believe it could be open for several weeks. Others speculate it may only last days. There are whispers that this RV is part of a broader global currency reset, GCR, that will eventually include over 100 nations revaluing or readjusting their currency to asset-backed systems. If this is true, we may be witnessing the beginning of a financial era unlike any in modern history. For now, we celebrate this confirmation from Chase as a monumental milestone. Thousands of investors who held strong through uncertainty, who faced skepticism and criticism, and who believed in the long-term vision of a restored Dinar and Dong, are finally seeing the fruits of their belief. If you are one of those holders, this is your time. At RV News, we will continue to bring you up-to-the-minute reports, insider briefings, and expert interviews to help you navigate this journey. Remember, success isn't just about wealth, it's about what you do with it. Whether it's paying off a mortgage, helping a loved one, or funding a dream, you now have the chance to rewrite your story. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and click the bell icon so you never miss a critical update. Share this with your fellow investors, your currency holding community, and anyone who needs to hear this truth. The dinar is now at $7.90, the dong at $5.78, and the exchange is officially open across the United States. This has been another powerful report from RV News. Stay safe, stay wise, and stay ready. Your financial future just arrived.